Welcome to Education Lifeline. This is Trishita Paul, and today we will be going over how to use the quadratic formula to solve equations. Now, if you haven't watched our previous videos on quadratics, a playlist will be linked in the description below, as well as in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Please check those videos out before watching this one. Remember that the quadratic formula is x equals opposite b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where the letters a, b, and c come from the standard form of trinomials, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. Therefore, you must make sure that your original equation is in the standard form before applying the quadratic formula. So suppose you were given the equation 2x squared plus 8x minus 6 is equal to 0. We can see that the equation is already in standard form, so we can move on to the next step, which is identifying a, b, and c. Here, a is 2, b is 8, and c is negative 6, and it might help to label them on your equation. Now, it's time to plug our numbers into the quadratic formula, which gets us x equals opposite b, or opposite of 8, which is negative 8, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 8 squared, minus 4 times 2 times negative 6. That is all going to be divided by 2a, or 2 times 2. Now we can begin simplifying under the radical and in the denominator. So we are still left with negative 8 plus or minus, and then under the radical we have 64 minus 4 times 2, which is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 6 is 48, so 64 plus 48, which is 112 under the radical. And in the denominator we can multiply 2 times 2 to get 4. Now what we can do is we can simplify the radical, and we can get 16 times 7, which is equal to 112. So that leaves us with negative 8 plus or minus 4 square root of 7 divided by 4. Once we simplify, we get our solution of negative 2 plus or minus square root of 7. Now, if you don't remember how to simplify radicals like I did right here, a video will be linked in the description below, as well as on the top right-hand corner of your screen. Now let's try another example. Our second example is 3x squared minus 5x is equal to negative 3. Now, remember that the first step in solving any quadratic equation using the quadratic formula is to make sure this equation is in standard form. However, this equation is not, so we can add 3 to both sides to get it into standard form. And the standard form of this equation would be 3x squared minus 5x plus 3 is equal to 0. Now we can see the value of a is 3, the value of b is negative 5, and the value of c is 3. We can plug these values into the quadratic formula. We have x is equal to opposite b, or opposite of negative 5, which is 5, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 5 squared, minus 4 times 3 times 3. It's all going to be divided by 2a, which a in this case is 3. Now we can begin to simplify once again. So we have 5 plus or minus negative 5 squared is 25. Then we have negative 4 times 3, which is negative 12. Negative 12 times another 3 is negative 36, which gives us negative 9 under the radical. Now this is not a real number, so we cannot get a real solution to this equation given, which means that the solution is no real solution. If this video was helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to Education Lifeline. Be sure to watch our next videos on graphing quadratics and check the description below for more helpful resources. We include more tips as well as practice problems in the description of every video. Please make sure to leave any questions in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.